YouTube, what's up? Been a little bit, been trying to get back on here, be more active, be more consistent. So, just wanted to hit you guys up, see what's going on with y'all, provide a little update. As you guys know, this job market is still insane. Take it from somebody who's been around 08, 09, fresh out of college in the job market. This is as bad as that, maybe worse if you're in tech. Like, it's insane right now. So, with that being said, I did want to give an update. Your boy is back. Yes, I got a job. I'm back. I'm so back. It's not the ideal job, I'll be real. But you know what? It's a job. I mean, it's still a React job. The actual title is Senior React Developer. It is six figures. So I'm definitely beyond blessed for that. I did take a pay cut though, and I'm no longer remote, which has me bummed out because now instead of working from home, saving gas money, cooking my own meals when I want to, now I got to drive an hour each way to the office. That definitely sucks. But with the way stuff is right now, you just got to be thankful to have a job. So, like I said, right now, I actually just finished my first week. Things went pretty smoothly, I guess I would say. I actually got the offer last week, Friday, I want to say. No, last week, Thursday. Accepted it, all that. I'll be honest, I should have probably pushed for more money, but I heard like the rate that they gave me, that was kind of the limit they were looking at. And honestly, at this point, you just got to have a job. And that doesn't go just for me. The economy right now is scary. We are legit in a recession, probably closer to a depression, but they're not talking about it. So really, there's a lot of people, being evicted, whatever. To be honest, if you got any kind of a job right now paying over $18 an hour, you low key winning. And with this tech stuff, sometimes you just got to kind of ride it out. Is this the ideal job I want? Definitely not, but couldn't get any remote jobs. I did since May 1st something like 600 job applications. It took 600 job applications for me to get one legit job. Keep in mind, too, I had about 11 or 12 jobs where I definitely, smoked the technical interview and all that. A bunch of jobs where I passed the technical interview and I'm excited. So I hit up the recruiter and I'm asking, yeah, so what's the next steps and all that? What's the company say? Oh, we're sorry. The company has decided that they no longer have need for this position. Position's gone on hold. So they on that type of time right now. So to be honest, any kind of job you get in tech, even if you got to take a little pay hit, you winning right now. And keep in mind too, you don't always got to stay at this job. You might got to, take a little less than desirable job right now for 6 months, a year. That shit gonna go by. And it's better to have some money than no money. I mean, keep it real with y'all. I was legit to the point, I was going through so much savings. I'm like, damn, do I want to start, doing DoorDash, Uber Eats? I'm not trying to be that dude just walking up in a restaurant, standing around looking goofy, waiting for the order to be done. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Not to, diss anybody who does that. But damn, that don't really pay much money at all for doing all that because you do a lot of work. Here in Houston, it's 100 degrees outside. So you walk into a restaurant, you getting food, you driving wherever you got to take it to. Somebody might live in an apartment. You walking up the third floor. It's 100-degree weather. You sweating, all that, and you hoping you get more than like a $4 tip. Like, you know what I'm saying? That ain't it. That ain't it to me. So I damn near was about to start doing that just to have some kind of cash flow. So just for the fact that I got a job and it's still, a six-figure job, I ain't mad at it. But, like I said, I want to just tap in with y'all, let y'all know you got to keep the faith. Right now, it's just insane. It's an employer's market. It's nothing you are doing. I've heard people online say, well, if you've been looking for a job for more than 3 months, it's something you got to do. No, to an extent, maybe, but jobs right now, they want to get the best candidate that they can for that money, like the best. I'm applying for jobs that are not technology companies, and they're asking leak code hards and stuff like that, fam. Like stuff like you would think you're trying to get into Google. I'm like, fam, you're not even a technology company. How are you asking these questions? So I do want to give a bit of a shout out also to Coding Phase. I support the homie Joe. I'm always, a Diamond member, whatever, and he's got this tech accelerator program that's included with the Diamond membership, and it gives basically like career advice, trying to find a job. And one of his things is always portfolio. And I'll be honest, most of Joe's stuff is targeted towards like the junior entry level developer trying to get their first job in tech. So I had my portfolio was god awful. So one of the good things was I decided to take my ego out of it. Joe's a way more successful guy than I am, and I am subscribed to Coding Phase as a Diamond member. So I figure I might as well do the steps he outlined that he claimed would help you get a job. Updated my portfolio site, made it clean and modern because it was some BS bootstrap 3.0 template. Looks like, to be real, like a 12-year-old made it. I mean, the site was responsive and all that, but basic, kind of garbage, like unimpressive. And I didn't think for especially mid-level to senior roles, I'm like, oh, they're gonna ask you a technical assessment. They don't care about portfolio. You know what? This job I got now, they was actually all up in my portfolio. They asked me several questions about projects. I showed them a couple of my projects, and thankfully I had basically updated some of my projects to look cleaner, more modern. I had one that consumes a NASA API. Originally in 2019, it was done with Redux. I redid it with React hooks. Did I use context? I know I redid it with React hooks. I also added TypeScript for that type safety and all that. It's got a cleaner, modern look, that sort of a thing. And the employer actually was looking at that for this current job that I got now. Like, they legit asked me about 3 or 4 of my projects, even though I had, the 10 years of experience, 5 years React experience, bachelor's degree from university. They was still on that, yo, we checked out your portfolio and we saw that you're using a little bit of Next.js, trying to play around with AI. Because I had a project that was basically using Next.js to consume OpenAI API to, what was it even doing? It was basically just a Chat GPT wrapper that I had styled with a Mantine component library to look a little bit nicer. And you know what? If you guys are interested in my portfolio stuff, you want to look at it, I could go ahead and leave a link in the description. It's nothing too crazy, but just that advice from Joe from Coding Phase of, update your portfolio and add Google Analytics tracking to it so you can see if you're getting hits on your resume. Sure enough, that did make a difference. I did know some days, like on Mondays, I'd get a big spike in activity. I could see where it's coming from. Company I'm at now, basically a lot of people from India are there, even though the office I'm at is US based. But I could see when, people in different countries looking at my resume, my portfolio site, I should say. And, that's a good thing to just track and know. So, again, shout out to Coding Phase, that Tech Accelerator program. Pretty good program for the Diamond membership. Joe also puts jobs on there he thinks are legit jobs that people should apply for. Hopefully not a lot of crazy competition. And like I said, man, y'all just you gotta be patient because this market is insane. It's not you, but you do gotta keep practicing. You gotta keep those skills up. Like they say, when you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. So you gotta make it to where when you do get an actual legit job interview and you get a technical assessment, you have to do well on that. You have to nail that interview because you might not get a legit job interview opportunity for 5 weeks, 6 weeks, especially if you're looking for any kind of front-end developer, React developer type of job. You could legit go 7 weeks before you have a legit interview. So when you get that interview, you gotta nail it. So like me, I was pretty much daily, I was coding, looking for jobs, and I would practice stuff. I'm talking about writing functions on a piece of paper. Like, I got to the point where, I knew how to use like promises and kind of knew how to write an async function to consume an API, whatever. But a lot of times I'd sort of like look at old code, see how I did it, or I'd have to Google it real quick to refresh myself, and then it would jog my memory, and I'm like, oh, that's how you write an async function. I got to the point where I would just be writing async functions on my notepad just by hand, committed to memory. So when I had my interview for this current job, and they were basically like, write a function to hit this API and it hits this endpoint, display data. I started coding that so fast, the interviewers were even looking like, damn, this dude already doing all that. Got the async function typed up, got it within a try and catch block, got a if, response.status, failure, message, and all that type of stuff. So just those things like that, you got to stay on your grind. You got to stay keeping those coding skills up. Because when you do get that opportunity for a job interview in this market, it's no room for error. Like, it might be another couple months before you get a legit job. You'll get hit up every day with fake recruiters claiming their jobs, but let me tell you, most of these companies are not really hiring. Even now, I'm still getting rejection letters from jobs I applied to 8 and 9 weeks ago telling me, we're sorry, we reevaluated the needs of the department and we have put this position on hold. That's like, damn, like, it's crazy out here. So, again, just want to give y'all a quick update, not trying to talk your ear off. Just keep the faith, keep doing what you do, keep, practicing coding, keep the skills up, and that opportunity is going to come. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. But you got to be ready when it comes. It's very little room for error, so just keep that in mind. But, that's all I had to say. Your boy is back. Real excited to be back in the workforce, back making some money and not spending some money. So I'll tap in with y'all and hopefully within next week give a little update on how the job's going. Y'all be easy.